If the Jamaica Labour Party wants to comfort themselves in believing that they have a 2-1 lead in St. Ann, then I'd be happy if they were to assume that that is so. And if they were to assume as well that in the parish of Westmoreland that they have 60% of the vote, then they'll be fooling themselves. We have looked at the numbers of all the divisions. In Westmoreland, we're leading in 11 of the 14 divisions in the parish.
Their findings are showing nothing like what we have here in our Blue Dot polls. What say you on these findings?
Based on our polling that we have done in various parishes and divisions, we're polling very well in areas. I don't necessarily, the numbers for St. Mary that you have presented, our numbers do not reflect that. But I'm not going to come here and chastise your poll.
The Westmoreland parish is energized. We've done the organization. We have re-engaged our people. And we've done that across the country. I am telling you that you can put your money on it, that Westmoreland is going to be won by the People's National Party.
What say you, Mr. Morgan?
We have internal numbers that say that we're doing extremely well in St. Mary and also in Portland and St. Thomas. We don't have St. Thomas. And so if we pick up St. Thomas, that would be a feather in our cap. We know that we're also doing well in Westmoreland, which we don't have. And we're very competitive in Hanover. And also very way ahead based on our internal polling, which is similar to your polling in Clarendon. So we're very confident on February 26th. We have done the work. We have built out our strategy, and we're executing our strategy on the ground.
Sir Morgan, I noticed you did not mention St. James in that total, where it's suggesting that you are in a very tight race. Is that what your polling is suggesting?
Mr. Morgan?
Yeah.
Hello.
It seems like he's breaking up there.
Mr. Morgan? No.
It seems we've lost him. To you, Dr. Campbell, while I understand your suggestions regarding polling versus divisions, but my concern then is still, when you look at Westmoreland, where you have essentially a 30-point difference, a near 30-point difference, does that not still give you some level of discomfort where you're running as a prospective MP?
Because I polled the Eastern Westmoreland with market research last week in Eastern Westmoreland. The PNP is leading in all 4 divisions by double digits. I've polled Central Westmoreland, where we're leading in majority of those. And I've polled some of the divisions in Western Westmoreland. I told you that the PNP is leading in 11 of 14 of the divisions. If you stop for a second and look at the data, remember now, I'm a scientist, look at the data. In Eastern Westmoreland, the Jamaica Labour Party on their best day, which was in 2020, polled 4,862 votes. The People's National Party traditionally is polling 8,000, 9,000 votes in Eastern Westmoreland. That was an election where we had a low turnout of PNP voters. The same thing occurred in Western Westmoreland. We cannot just get up and use the 2020 results, which was an aberration, a statistical outlier, and use that to determine how things are going to be now.
But I think the most important poll is going to be on the 26th of February. Our focus is to spend time on the ground and engage with our constituents. And as I said to you last year and earlier this year, that we've started to build momentum. And momentum is something that doesn't just stop. And I think the momentum is reflecting national popularity. I'm not going to get into a debate about who did a divisional poll or not. But I'm not going to come on your program and tell you that doing the biggest sample in the history of Jamaica from a reputable poll company that I should question it.
My viewers and subscribers, Nesta Morgan say if not going to come on here, come question the poll that is done from a reputable media and also one of the largest sample size. Well, misinformation, since you not go question it, we are going to question it. My viewers and subscribers, hit the like button for me. Hit the like button for me. I got to ask the question, whose report do you believe? Do you believe Dr. DAYTON Campbell or you believe misinformation? Dr. DAYTON Campbell said PNP are leading at 11 of the 14 division in a Westmoreland. Them said them are leading in a Westmoreland. But you notice when the man asked him about St. James or him disappear, when the man asks misinformation about St. James and them disappear, misinformation, your argument not seem straight. When me analyze this every day, DAYTON Campbell more sound credible You sound like you make up story and buckshot. For my viewers and subscribers, listen all the arguments start and watch it to the end. Listen.
We're going to get feedback now from the general secretaries of both major political parties. The PNP is Dr. Dayton Campbell, and the JLP is campaign public relations director Robert Morgan, who is the Minister of Information. Welcome, Mr. Morgan.
Thank you very much, and thanks to your listeners, Chris.
Good. Good afternoon. I think we have Dr. Campbell. Yes? Dr. Campbell is on. Good afternoon, Dr. Campbell.
Dear listeners.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your listeners.
Very well, thank you. First of all, your reaction to the Blue Dot findings.
The Blue Dot findings are inconsistent with the findings that we have. And it's important to note that persons don't vote in that manner. So you don't go out in the election and just vote based on parish. You vote in divisions. So what we have been doing is to poll the divisions to see who is leading in majority of the divisions within a parish, and not the popular vote in a parish, because the popular vote in a parish only comes into play if there's a tie. If there's an even number of seats and there's a tie, that's the only time that we would want to know what the popular vote in the parish is. But we're being a little bit more surgical than that, a little bit more strategic, by looking granular at the divisions. Say, for instance, if the Jamaica Labour Party wants to comfort themselves in believing that they have a 2-1 lead in St. Anne, then I'd be happy if they were to assume that that is so. And if they were to assume as well that in the parish of Westmoreland that they have 60% of the vote, then they'll be fooling themselves. We have looked at the numbers of all the divisions. In Westmoreland, we're leading in 11 of the 14 divisions in the parish.
Dr. Campbell?
Yes.
Your numbers, for example, some of these numbers strike us as rather, difficult to understand. For example, in St. James, are you neck and neck with the JLP in St. James?
No, we're not. So what I'm saying is that
you're ahead or behind?
We're ahead based on what we have. But let me ask a question. How do we determine which political party wins a parish? If there is a tie, so in a parish where you have 14 seats, an even number of seats, so in St. Thomas where you have 10, in Westmoreland where you have 14, or in Clarendon where you have 22, in Kingston and St. Andrew, you can have both parties getting the same number of seats. In those instances, you turn to the popular vote. Mm-hmm. So which party had more persons voting for them cumulatively when you add it up. In the other parishes, you determine who wins, and even in those parishes, if there's a clear advantage in the number of divisions that you win. Therefore, the strategic approach, we believe, is for you to look at the individual divisions to see. So I could win a division by 2,000 votes, and I could win some others by 50, by 100, right? So it could be that because the person won that one by 2,000, I won 5 of them by less than 100. So clearly there are 1,500 more than me. Does that mean that I lost the election? No, it would not mean that, because I would have won 5 divisions compared to 1. So I'm saying, because we determine who wins by who has majority of the divisions, our strategy has been to look at the individual divisions, look at where a candidate is versus the opponent, look at where the party is, look at what are the issues in there, to get our canvas in there done, to ensure that our work is fully populated.
So for you,
surgical operation.
So for you, Dr. Campbell, you're going into February 26 with 98 divisions based on the results of 2016. Am I correct?
We lost 2 to defection.
Right. Well, 98. Well, using the outcome of 2016, right?
The outcome of 2016.
Right. So you are going in with 98. So for you, the defining metric for victory is whether you come out with more than 98 or fewer than 98.
Yes, that would be a defining metric.
Okay.
Because that's what we want in the last local government.
And what about the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation? Our polling is suggesting that you will retake that area. So is that in accordance with you? And by what margin are you expecting? In terms of what divisions are you expecting to gain?
No, man, I would not be wise to come on and spill a strategy like that when I'm going up against the government with resources. They have to do their internal polls and know where to target. I'm not going to come here and volunteer that information, right? I'm not that naive, right? So we have a strategy for KC. We understand that if there is a tie, we will have the majority of the votes. We understand that. But we understand the path that we need to take in order to get majority of the division. And that's what we're pursuing. That's what I'm saying to you. Our strategy is to look at how do you win. That's the first thing when I enter anything. What is defined as a victory? And then you chart a course to get to that part. To reach victory in KC, you need to get to 21 seats or you need to get to 20 with the popular vote.
All right.
Right?
That's
what we're pursuing.
Mr. Morgan, are you back?
Yes, Keith, I was going to answer the St. James question.
Yes.
St. James is the bedrock of the Jamaica Labour Party in Western Jamaica. There are no PNP members of parliament in St. James. It has been consistently so since about 2016. We're not worried about St. James. We know the team we have there, Hugh Clark, Homer Davis, and others who have been working and have a lot of experience in understanding the lay of the land. So while your poll is saying neck and neck, I am sure, almost can bet on it, that on election day, St. James will come forward with a majority for the Jamaica Labour Party.
What is happening to the JLP in Kingston and St. Andrew, Mr. Morgan, with the PNP enjoying a 9-point lead?
Well, I mean, you see, you have to be careful how you analyze this poll. This poll is speaking to a general population poll. If you look at the lay of the land in Kingston and St. Andrew, you will realize that the PNP has a lot of population centers. There are about 3 or 4 divisions that usually determine the Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation. We won those pretty much last election. We won by 1 vote and 1 division. And historically, it has always been that way. The PNP has won by 1 or 2. We have won by 1 or 2. So if you focus on those 2 divisions, and I won't call their names, you will know based on the trends that are taking place and the work that is being done in those divisions that the Jamaica Labour Party has the advantage there. So I'm not worried about the Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation. The mayor is a very strong political actor, as well as a very experienced councillor candidate that we have in the area who understand the lay of the land, who know what to do when the time is right.
All right.
Yes, my viewers and subscribers, although the poll very shady, we hear misinformation and admit say KCC in a problem. Yes, KCC in a problem, Mayor one toilet in a problem. We hear misinformation say KCC, Mayor one toilet is an actor. We know him is an actor, just like Devon, and you is an actor too. But I like how DAYTON Campbell was sharp and astute and witty in his responses to both mouthpiece and him oars. My viewers and subscribers, the time is eating up. The time is getting near. Please remember to hit the like button. Please remember to share the video. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. The debates will be on Thursday. Make sure you tune into Jamaica on Topic at Thursday at 9 p.m. to get a live inside broadcast and a live excitement on the debate where you can cheer for our side. Hit the like button. Please remember Thursday. Put it in your diary. Jamaica Topic. Big up on yourself. Time come, we believe. DAYTON Campbell.